Friends, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Data Science Live. My name is Mr. Campanell, and I will be doing a little bit of live coding with the R programming language, enjoying a little bit of mukbang. Today I have homemade chicken vegetable soup, more on the vegetable side, but it looks delicious. I can't wait to get into it. And hopefully provide a little bit of companionship for the next 20 minutes or so. So today we're going to be talking about a tidyverse package called Lubridate. And Lubridate is a great package to do a lot of date handling. There's dates are going to come to you in all different formats. They might be coming in different types of date formats, coming in string formats, and you're going to need to learn how to do something with them, because if your data is any type of transactional data that has to deal with a time log, you're going to need to know how to learn how to handle dates, because it's really crucial for time log type of data. So, before I get started, I do want to give shout outs to my new subscribers on Twitch. I want to give a shout out to Jose QC, Dishty Dave, Nawazbi, Jay Sohi, Carcass, Galawander, and Santiago 3991. So I really appreciate everybody subscribing to the channel. I'm really surprised about the enthusiasm from people, particularly on Twitch, which was a big surprise to me, that there would be the viewers and the subscribers, because, this is live coding. It's not playing video games. So I really appreciate all the Twitch followers. Also, I'm stream live on Mixer, which will soon be Facebook Gaming, if people have heard the news about Mixer getting shut down. I'm also on LinkedIn. That's where I keep most of my professional network, on LinkedIn. And I'm also on YouTube as well. So whatever platform you like, or if you're on those platforms, hopefully you can get to watch me. I'm looking to get started up on Africa TV. So I'm going to be going live in Korea at some ungodly hour. So Africa TV is coming soon as well. So let me loosen my tie here, and let's get started. Okay. So first package. And we're only going to bring in one library today, and that's going to be the Lubridate library. So let me just get started. Library, Lubridate, and that's all that I'm going to need right now for this one. I'm going to run it. Got the library in. Okay, that looks good. In today's episode, we're just going to be doing a little bit of basic date handling. I know in kind of my previous episodes recently, gone into lots of data frames and using lots of data sets and doing some type of analysis, but I'm going to keep it a little bit simple today, because really that's why I started Data Science Live, is to do a little bit of tutorials on some basic R programming and help people get started who want to do data science careers, and take it one step at a time. So this is what we're going to do today. And the first thing we're going to do is I'm just going to create some dates. And let me just put in here, create some dates with my comments. And I think I'd like to just get a date for today. So Lubridate has a function that will give you the date, the current date, And that's what we're going to get started off with. Okay. I'm just going to call it, my variable is going to be called today. Runs, and I'm just going to type it in down here in the console. There we go. 2020 06/26. So June 26, 2020. That's today. Yes. Okay. Now that I've got today, let's see that we can get. I want to get a variable here for yesterday. So yesterday, and I'm just going to say yesterday is today minus 1. So we're just going to go back a day, and hopefully we'll see that it's going to be the 25th. So run it. Yep. In the console. So 2020, 6/25. So yesterday works. So it looks like we might be able to do some just some basic date creations just by adding and subtracting. So let's try to go back to last week. Let's go back 7 days. All right. So we want to get last week's, because sometimes we might need to work in data for by weeks. So let's just kind of get a data. Let's call this last week. And we're going to say that is today minus 7. Got that run. And I'm just going to type it back here in the console. Last week. 6/19. So if my subtraction works, 25 minus 19 at 25 minus 7, that is 19. Yeah. That's why I code. Okay. That is why I code, because doing math in my head is, I'm rusty at that. That was from elementary school, and that's a long, long way back. Okay, now that we've got some dates, let's try to look at some stuff on create dates using some formats, and so we're going to be using some of the LubriDate formats, mostly like year, month, day, hour, second. Those are the most common ones for dates. So dates with formats. And I'm going to use a kind of this dash format that we see here in these dates. So I'm going to just say dash format, and I'm going to go year, month, day, and we're just going to do this for January 1 for 2020. 01, 01. And just put that in there. And so format, put that in there. Okay, it puts the dashes in there. So you can create dates. You don't have to use the dash format using the year, month, day routine. You can just put them all in there together. So let's just say no dash. And year, month, day. I'm just going to say 2020, 01, 01. Oh, okay. And run that. And that looks like we got a date as well. And if you put in no dash, you're going to get the output in the default LubriDate format with the year, the month, the day with the dashes in them. So that's what the output is going to look like there. So we were able to, create some dates like today, last week, yesterday, create dates however we want, whatever time we want using the year, month, day format. Oh, did I type? Yes, I did type that in wrong. But, oh, because the day and the year are the same. Oh, look at this. Look at this. There's a typo here. That should be YM day. Okay. All right. And and it's still I think it's still going to be the same, right? No dash. Yeah, it's still the same. But, oh, I caught that typo. Yeah, you do those when you do live coding. Okay. So now the other thing I want to go on to next is I'm going to be working with timestamps. So timestamps will have the date and the hour and minute and second in them. So I'm going to create a timestamp. I'm going to create that timestamp for the current time. And then we're going to parse it out with a few of the lubricate functions. So I'm going to call this working with timestamps. And I'm going to call this stamp. And we're going to use the now function to get the current timestamp. Okay, I see it. I can see it here. I'll just type it in down here. Stamp. And so here we see the timestamp. The little parts of it are the date, the current date, the hour in 24-hour clock format, the minutes, and the seconds. And then it also has the time zone. And since I'm in Texas, we're in the central time zone, and it's CDT. So I believe that is central daylight time, daylight savings time. So it already knows that it's daylight savings time as well in this timestamp. So great. So next thing we're going to do is we're just going to parse out some things here. So let's start to get the date. Date and stamp. And when I run these, we'll start to see these pop up in the console down here below. So there it is, the date part, which is the 26th of June. And then I'm going to try it again for the hour. And it gives you the hour in 24-hour clock format. And let's go for the minute. Minute, stamp. Okay, 41. When this is when it was created. That's not the current minute right now, but it's for when the timestamp was created. And then we'll just take a look at the seconds. Second, and we'll run that. And this is interesting because when we looked at our original timestamp, it had 59, but here it has the 59 and the decimal places it there. So those are the, what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have the decimal places of the seconds. I'm not going to go in and say whether that's milliseconds or microseconds because I don't know. I don't know those little details, but that's what's in there right now. So that's that with working with our timestamps. And now the last thing we're going to do is just kind of take a look at some of the quirky features that Lubridate has. So I'm just going to call this Quirky Features. And these are more of kind of the interesting little fun things that you never think about when you're working with dates until you really have to work with them. And this one's going to be leap year. And we're going to put in today's date. And let me run that. And so that's going to give you a true or false. And 2020, yes, it is a leap year, and we're getting a true on that one. So that's a nice little quirky feature. And then if you have to work with dates and you do a lot of financial reporting, a lot of your reports, particularly if you work for public companies, you have to do quarterly reporting. So we're going to just take a look at the quarter. So, and I'm going to do that for today as well. So in June, we are in quarter number 2. All right. The quarter number 2. So we have about 4 more days left to quarter number 2. So it's crunch time for financial people who have to do financial reporting right now. So I wish you well. So I am going to move this code down here for you to do. So it is now that's kind of the segment on Lubridate for today, and now it's the mukbang segment. So take a look at my code here that I have on here. I'd like for you to give it a try yourself. And in a few more minutes, we'll be back for the closing. And now, as I talked about earlier, I get to get some soup. So here's a little thing on the soup. This is a chicken vegetable soup, and if I can hold it up here, this is not soup, right? This is the little things that I like to throw in my soup. So, from Texas, we like to maybe throw some tortilla chips here. These are at the bottom of the bag. They're all broken up. They're great to keep around to throw in your soup. And avocado on a lot of things, okay? That goes in the soup as well. And then here today is the, I'm going to hold that up here and see if I can show you some of that soup. Delicious homemade chicken vegetable soup right here. I'm not going to spill it on my keyboard. Hopefully not. This is going to be a challenge for me. So I'm going to throw in the chips. I'm going to throw in the avocado, and I'm going to eat some soup. So practice along while I eat here. You hear those tortilla chips crunching? So I hope you had an opportunity to test out the little and simple lubricate function, and you get a feel for how to handle dates in R. So that's it for now for Data Science Live. I will post the blog on datasciencelive.com. So you'll be able to copy and paste and keep practicing. It's how I learned, and I think you can learn a lot like that as well. So I'd also like to ask you to please subscribe to my channel. I'd give you a shout out if you are a new subscriber, and turn on notifications for when I go live. I do appreciate your companionship with me here today. Until the next cast, goodbye for now, dear friends. Bye-bye.